Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Leston Avenue Project. I'm your host with the most, the real Mike Kid. And in the building, we have somebody very special who's very, very talented. He's just a he's a videographer. He's a media mogul. He's been working with plenty of the artists around here in Dayton. He's getting into movies, I think. I think we were talking a little bit before the show. One of the best guys you could possibly meet. So talented. And I'm so glad because he does a lot of the work behind the camera. So now he gets to be in front of the camera. Folks, give it up for Austin Maiden. Austin, what up, man?
What's up, Mike? How are you doing?
Do you know what, dude? We're just having a good freaking day, dude. It's the middle of the week here while we're recording this. The weather is not too hot. It's just a good day, man.
Yeah,
It's a good day. So but you're doing okay. I'm guessing doing all right, holding up all right.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm just trying to get through it right now. Working on some new projects. Really just trying to expand my game right now and hopeful for the future.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this, man, because I get to see Austin a lot more than maybe if you're watching this for the first time. You're like, I don't know who this Austin guy is, but he's got a new haircut, man, and it looks freaking dandy, man. Look at that. That's a nice look. He's got a nice new haircut, so we're doing all right. But here on the Leston Avenue Project, Austin, we like to do this thing to start off. One good thing, because life is crazy, life happens, but we like to focus on the positivity. Is there something going on in your life right now that's maybe you woke up on the right side of the bed today? Maybe you got a new pair of shoes. What's going on? What's the one good thing for you?
I would say right now, definitely, as far as like equipment wise on the media side, I've definitely just gotten a very nice upgrade on my computer situation.
Okay.
And that's definitely going to lead to some big things in the future for me, I feel like. So I'm definitely grateful for that. I definitely want to say, just in general, I feel very blessed, just to be up here, happy, alive today,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm ultimately, my bad.
Are you good?
I would say, I'm just hopeful for the future because, I feel like definitely the computer situation has definitely been something that's had me maybe at a certain plateau and level, but I feel like now that I have it, I can continue to rise forward.
Oh, man, that's a good thing. I mean, I can understand that. And for those who don't know, I do a little bit of photography on the side as well. And sometimes you feel like almost like no matter how good you are, it's like you can only be as good as what the equipment is. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it makes it so much easier when you're able to even upgrade, from, let's say, the equipment's like a 5. If you can get up to a 6 or a 7, it's like, holy crap, this is like so much more.
It's a new level.
It's a new level to what you're able to do. I mean, I know I just upgraded my camera and got a new lens and stuff like that. So I'm just excited to just see. Hopefully it takes all your work to a new level. And so tell us, what do you do? I know a lot of people, they may say videography and stuff like that. What would you say would be, I guess, your pillars on stuff that you do?
Well, I would definitely say my main thing is, in my mind, videos are a very special thing.
Yeah.
And, that it captures the real human emotion of like how everybody is, the raw reactions, and to me, if I can capture that a moment in the video and it leaves you with something after you've finished watching it, then I feel like that's like a core value to me. Is like I want people to remember it. I don't want it to be something you just look over and you're done with your day.
Yeah. I
want later in the night somebody be like, dude, did you see that video? And think about like, I don't know, because maybe the general public doesn't view it as deeply as I might view it.
Yeah.
It's my art, but I definitely want to be able to just do something that'll leave a lasting impression on the people. As well as I just like having fun. I feel like some people are too meticulous in the like process, and don't get me wrong, I like people who are planned out.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of one of those things when you go out, you just want to be free.
Yeah.
And you don't want to limit yourself to what could be coming, and I guess that even applies to in life.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. You don't want to block your blessings and anything that may naturally be coming to you via the universe. So I just try my best to, just be happy with everybody about it, and let's just have fun.
Yeah. I'll say this, man, because sometimes, like you said, it's easy to want to be maybe perfect and have everything planned out to a T. But some of the best, even for me in photography, man, some of the best moments I've caught were not people standing up and posing, or it's like the in between moments and stuff like that. So sometimes you just got to let things happen, and if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and that's an important thing. What got you into like wanting to make videos or?
So the story is actually kind of weird. I'd really never had any interest in any like art style of anything. I was more into sports when I was younger, but
Yeah.
my dad had actually given me a camera when I was around, I want to say maybe like 6 or 7, and I loved it. It was a fun thing. Never printed the film or nothing because it was that old, but
Right.
and then I was in high school taking this media class, and I didn't really think much of it at the time. I was just thinking, oh, this is cool. I can come here, hang out, you know, and get out of here. And then a couple years down the road, I met Blanche Robinson, and we were just talking about it one day, and all of a sudden, here I am, just doing pictures. And it started with pictures originally, and then we moved to videos, and then I think that's when I really figured out what my actual passion was for this versus, just doing it for fun. Maybe music videos aren't going to be my end game in the end of all this, but I definitely do know at some point I will be moving to a higher level of like film, and obviously it'll take time, and you got to build up. But personally, in my heart, I just feel like it's the logical step for me moving forward. But obviously, life is it's a mystery. So.
Yeah, life is a mystery, and stuff will pop up, man, and you'll have roadblocks. Sometimes you'll get lucky in certain aspects of life, and all of a sudden it's like, I didn't even expect to be here, but maybe you needed to go that way to meet the right people or to run to the right situation and stuff like that. That's awesome. And because I know, I mean, for me, it's kind of weird because being behind the camera, it's kind of easy because you know what to do and what to look for and stuff like that. And then once you sort of get in front of the camera, you're like, oh, wait, what am I doing? What do I do with my hands?
Yes, it's definitely easier to be behind the camera. I agree completely. Even myself, even last couple weeks ago when we did those photos for the group.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there thinking to myself, like, why is this so uncomfortable? But yet when I'm behind the camera, I feel like Batman with the mask on. And
yeah.
I'm untouchable, and the confidence is building. But as soon as I get in front of that camera, oh, God.
Yeah. Well, and that's cool because it's like I said, it's kind of weird to be in front of the camera and you're just like, I don't know what I'm doing, man. And it's just, it's just nice to be in front of the camera every once in a while. And I know you mentioned Blanche, so shout out Blanche. You guys been working together, putting a bunch of new videos out. How long have you known Blanche Robinson? Because he was on the podcast as well.
It's 2025, so I'm going to say at least 8 years.
Wow.
Maybe we've known each other a little before that, but otherwise, business-wise and friendship-wise, it's been about 8 years, I would say.
Nice.
Yeah. And he's definitely, if anybody out here is watching this, that, honest to God, best rapper in the area. Some people may be offended by that, but the proof's in the pudding, and I dare you come test my man.
Yeah, he's super talented, man. It's just, for me, it's just, and that's an awesome statement. He's been putting out great work, and I'm a firm believer in Blanche, and that says a lot because it's like there's so many talented people in Dayton, and I feel that because of Dayton, we get maybe a little bit of everybody looks at it like, oh, we're a smaller city. We're not like a Columbus or a Cincinnati and severe drug problem and stuff like that. But there's so many talented people, Blanche, Gary, C-Money, Bubby, so many talented people that I wish that they got more of a spotlight. So hopefully we can get, at least with this podcast, we can give them somewhat of a spotlight. Is there anybody that maybe growing up, you're getting into your media class, you're like, is there anybody that in your field making videos, stuff like that, that you maybe look up to or try to mimic your work after or sort of lean towards?
I would definitely say growing up, I guess really the videos I feel like that I seen as a child that allowed me to want to like build this passion would definitely start with the Kanye West videos.
Yeah.
His cameraman's name is White Trash Tyler.
Okay.
But he's a very talented man. Dexter Navy.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, and this is what I was going back to earlier about the videos, a video can look all right, but if there's a moment in that video that really just sticks with you and
Yeah.
carries on something, then the job was done. And,
Yeah.
you know, for me, like, oh God, what's the video I'm thinking of? It's the Welcome to Heartbreak video.
Yeah. Oh
And-
my gosh, man. I love that video.
And it's very beautiful and well thought out. And they just do things in there. I like when I see something that I have no idea how they did it.
Yeah.
Because then that just, in a way, fires me up to want to go out, figure something out, and
Yeah.
then come back with my own thing. And I definitely think that's where I'm heading towards in this next chapter of my like career.
Yeah.
Is I'm done sitting here waiting for like for something to happen, I guess.
Yeah.
And I need to be more active and hands-on of trying to push the boundaries in the videos and the pictures and just
Yeah.
in general in life. And I think I'll definitely be able to do it. I feel like life has headed me to the right pace at this moment. Equipment wise, connection wise, it's just they're all starting to line up to a point where it's like, you know, when you look back at it one day, you'll be sitting there like, wow, it was so obvious that what was happening.
Yeah.
And right now it all feels kind of jumbled and a little bit of a mystery, but I do imagine, not like I do imagine, but in my heart, I do feel like it's coming.
Yeah. It's just a matter of time. And I wanted to hash on this because you brought something up that you're making the right connections. Because I talked to Blanche about this as well, in the sense of how important is it to, I mean, obviously if you have the talent, but not the right connections, that could really just prolong what you're trying to do.
Yeah, it's definitely not what it used to be where if you were talented, you had the best chance of making it. Now it's more, but I guess that's always life too, is who you know. And, you know, I guess that's also too why, because there's lots of people I've met that I didn't necessarily consider to be, not like valuable or like anything like that, you know, but they're very just low key and keeping it quiet to themselves. But then later on, I'll find out they were somebody very important. And what that goes back to is me, like, you just got to treat everybody kindly, you know.
Yep.
Nobody's a superstar here. Nobody's too big to, you know, whatever. If you can't treat the lowest person at the bottom with the same respect at the top, then you know, you're not going to go nowhere in life. You can't make business connections being rude and unpleasant, or maybe even just stuck in your own ways, generally speaking.
Yeah.
You got to be a good person to everybody, and life will bring it back to you.
Oh yeah, and like you said, there's been so many times, like you said, where you maybe meet somebody and you're just like, oh, okay, that guy has a broom in his hand, and it's like it turns out that was like a CEO. Or I mean, that's maybe an extreme example,
No,
but
exactly though.
Or maybe it's just like that. Maybe the cousin of somebody important, and it's like, man, this guy Austin came in. He was really nice. Me and him got to talk, and he's actually a videographer. And then somehow he's connected to boom, boom, boom down the road, and you just never know that where life can take you.
Yeah, I definitely think too. Life is funny because on the way up you'll see a bunch of people, and on the way down you'll also see them. Yeah, it's weird. Because I definitely feel like there's a couple people in my life, even just right now, where maybe initially when we first met or whatever, it wasn't anything to, you know, scoff at. But now I couldn't even imagine what my life would be like without those people in it. And what they bring to the table. And life's funny too, because I'm a firm believer of like manifestation, saying out loud what I want, what I need. And I feel like, especially this year, I've been asking about growth. I want to meet new people. I want things to come to me that need to come to me, because I'm not like I'm tired of my current situation, but I just feel like I hit a level and I've been staying at that level. It's time for me to move to what's next for myself personally. And I just think that it's all very well planned out, even if it doesn't look like it.
And like you said, man, it's just at face value, it might be, oh, Austin, he's hit his cap. But deep down, you're getting your ducks in a row. And I actually was talking to Garrison about this. There was a TED Talk about, I don't know if you ever remember, there was a Netflix series called The Buried Life. Mm-hmm. And one of the guys did a TED Talk about like all the stuff that they did. And they made like a bucket list, and they said, we felt that when we wrote it down and talked about it with each other of like, hey, I want to do this, then it almost made it like a tangible thing to everybody else. And I just thought that was so cool that, like you said, it's very important to make it tangible, man. You never know. No matter how crazy it is, it's like if you want to do it, just go get after it, make it tangible, be about it. And the more you talk about it, there's might be people that are willing to help in the sense of, hey, if you want to do music and make videos, if somebody starts talking about it, then they're going to be like, oh yeah, my boy Austin, he's the guy to talk to, whatever. So, also we were talking about those music videos. One Kanye West video that I always thought was so cool was the what is it, the All Falls Down video, and it's almost like Meta glasses, but back in 2005.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was so cool. And like you said, where he like flash it, wipes his eyes and he's got a mustard stain on his shirt, and it's like that always stuck with me of like, man, I wonder how they did that.
Yeah. I would say too with him, he's definitely one of the artists that have just pushed the boundaries as far as video goes. Because I'm not gonna lie, people weren't making videos like that until he linked up with Hype Williams to really start putting together like masterful art. And see, I obviously would love to get to that point one day, but there are just some people in this world that are just very gifted and talented. And but it's also, it's a matter of like not hard work, I guess, because obviously it's a mix of things.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like they have this like way of just bringing the image to life.
Yeah.
And that's something I do feel in myself as well personally. Like when, like I know how some rappers, when they'll be sitting there, like they're just freestyling in their head the whole time. I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, what could this song be as a video? Like trying to just devolve and like really make a concept. Because there'll be even like popular songs I'll be sitting there listening to, like, man, if I could just, get the budget to be on there, or even get the chance to be on there, I know I would crush it, just because like, and that's also something too, that if anybody is listening to this, I would like them to know is just because it may feel out of reach or necessarily not possible at the moment, I know so many people who have done so many things with so little, and it's all about just going out there and pursuing it, because if you don't pursue it, it'll never happen. Wayne Gretzky, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Absolutely.
And life is scary. There's anxiety. People are afraid to go out and put themselves in uncomfortable spots. But honestly, at this point, the uncomfortable spots are where you'll make the diamond, the pressure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you have to just be ready for your opportunities when they come, because you can't just sit there all day. And that's definitely something I've learned too. You can't be patient on your laurels. Even if you are the best right now, there's still somebody better.
There's somebody aiming for your spot.
Yep. And you got to work consistently every day to make sure that you keep your spot.
Just to pile on that, dude, it's like you said, it's a lot of people always say if you don't try, the answer will be no. But because I was talking with somebody the other day about, wonder if you knew how many no's it was going to take until you got what you wanted. If you said, hey, I want to do this, but it was going to be 24 no's away. If you knew the number and you're like, every no, you just bring more enthusiasm because you're like, no, hey, that's fine. I've already gotten 12 no's. I've only got like 10 more left.
Hey, you only need that one yes, Mike.
And exactly, you just need one yes, and especially in the age of social media and the internet, it just takes one person to to share or to comment or to be, hey, reach out to this guy. This guy's talented.
Yeah.
And
it's definitely also, I feel like, not to sound old, but I feel like the way music and the way you became a bigger artist, the route has definitely changed.
Yeah.
Since then, everything's more fluid now. I want to say the game's actually probably a little more even now. I feel like it was probably more gate kept initially, because if you didn't know somebody that worked at a record label, they weren't helping you out.
Yeah.
But now you can blow up on TikTok, you can blow up on Instagram, YouTube. It's all just, again, where I guess that comes back to is just you got to be consistent and putting your work out, and really just, even if you feel like you're annoying people sharing that same post every day.
Yeah.
Most people don't even get to see the one post that day. Yeah. Because of however the algorithms work and stuff. So you have to consistently just be posting every day. If you're not, it's only doing you a disservice. And say you made a video, we spent 2 weeks doing it, and you've only shared it once.
What's the chance of it getting? Well, and like you said, I've got 2,000 friends on my Facebook, and with, like you said, with the algorithm, it seems like it's the same, maybe 30 or 40 people in and out that I sort of interact with. And, you may never know that, like, oh, yeah, this dude on my timeline is making music that I enjoy. And you just never know. So you just got to continue to...
Yeah, you got to just keep pushing, even if it feels like you're annoying people. It's, because honestly, too, I'll have people come up sometimes and they'll see something and be like, wow, you did that? And I'm, like, sitting there like, where have you been? It's been out for 3 months. Like, I'm like, I'm glad, eventually everything will get its attention in just due time.
Yeah.
But right now, I think the key for me is just trying to build a more following.
Yeah.
And, it's definitely, I feel like the position I'm in, I'm not necessarily the main attraction of the show.
Yeah. But you're a very key part.
And I feel like that provides me to be able to have more insight with, like, I know the producers, I know the dudes who make music, I know all the cameramen.
Yeah.
Like, and that those connections for me are starting to build to the point where if I got something going on, I can just call somebody and be like, hey, we got this going on this day. Would you be interested in coming in? And for anybody out there watching this, if you're a little younger, I am looking for an intern. Maybe not intern. Intern's a strong word. You would be a part of the team, but I am looking for somebody to maybe necessarily delegate some of the responsibility to, so I can focus more on the general manager side of things.
Yeah. We'll plug that towards the end on how to reach out to you and get a hold of you and stuff like that. And like you said, I think it's very important. And I've always said this is sometimes whenever you get into, especially our line of work of photography or being a creative or music or podcasting, you're going to have to do a lot of work for free. Mm-hmm. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And like you said, interning. Perfect. Hey, look, I've always said, if I got to go work for Pat McAfee, I would be the dude that just says, hey, Pat, if you're watching this, I will get coffee for you. I would be the dude that goes and cleans the toilet and gets your coffee as long as I can, like, just be around.
Yeah.
And learn, and eventually they'll plug me in.
Because some people see it as, I'm working for free, but they don't realize the value in the job that they're actually doing. Like don't get me wrong. Like, obviously, everybody should be compensated.
Money's good. I'm not saying don't get paid,
but if today, like, Joey Badass were to come to me and be like, hey, will you do this video for me? I can't pay you nothing, though. I would do it in a heartbeat. Wouldn't even think twice about it.
Yeah.
Because I know the connection that I would make from that will make me more money down the line versus if I would have been like, oh, yeah, I just need a little money right now. And don't get me wrong, situations of people's lives and stuff, definitely all play factors into that. But to me, it is more valuable to make the connection, and let that ride versus not making the connection and just getting a quick payday.
Yeah,
because ultimately the payday will only last a little bit, but that connection could lead you into things later down in life that you had no idea you were even. For.
And then, like you said, you do a video for somebody, somebody calls you up and Action Bronson says, hey, I need you to do this video. And you're like, do you know what? Because you're somebody that I respect, I want to do it for free this time to show you what I'm worth. And then, like you said, that could be a connection for 10 years. Or off the one, or he puts out the video and he's like, all of a sudden their friends are like, that's great. Who did this for you? Mm-hmm. He's more willing to plug you instead of saying, oh, yeah, that's awesome guy, man. He charged me 10 bands to do it. Like, he's expensive. Yeah. No, I don't want to do that.
No. And again, obviously everybody wants to get paid. But, it's sometimes things are more important to do than making the money about it. Because also I feel like, too, if you are in this if you're passionate about something, the money will always come eventually.
Yeah.
Even if it may not be in your timing, the universe has timing for you that you can't see.
You need the timing to. The timing will be when you're supposed to receive it.
Yes.
I know. I'll tell a quick story. I'm a huge UD fan. And I remember probably my all-time favorite Dayton Flyer was Scoochie Smith. and they ended up winning. God, this was mid 2010s,
Mm-hmm.
and he ended up winning the A10 regular season championship at home. And so I always wanted a picture with Scoochie. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want a picture. And after the game, we sat around a little bit as like everybody left. And then he came back out to sign a few autographs. And I'm like, I'm going to totally get my shot. And ended up coming up, he was about to leave, and it was me and a 10-year-old kid. And I'm like, I'm not going to be that grown man that pushes a kid out of the way for a picture with a basketball player. So I let him get the picture, and I was like, you know what? The universe, I'll meet up with him later. And so I started doing the TBT, and then he ended up joining the UD alumni team.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, I'm going to wear, when I go and take pictures, I'm going to wear a shirt with his face on it. And, I'm shooting warm-ups, and they're doing their thing. And he comes up to me, and he's like, hey, man, I just want you to know I really like that shirt. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, oh, my gosh, oh, my gosh, this is awesome. And then right before the game, he said, hey, I just want to see if I can get a picture with you after the game. And it was just like one of those things where it's like the universe,
It rewarded you.
10 years later, was like, okay, you don't have to ask him for the picture. He's going to ask you for the picture. And it was just one of those things that it may take 6 months, it may take a year, it may take a decade. But the universe will always reward you for what you want if you're willing to go after it.
And I definitely feel like even with just people, too, there's tons of people I've met in my life where maybe I briefly met them for a moment, or even like some of the best people I've met in my life. I was at a party one time with Blanche Robinson, and I didn't think anything of it at the time when I met this person, and it was a very brief interaction, just a very small conversation, but then to come back and see them later, years down the road, and have a whole new like life and relationship with them, and it's definitely, life is just very funny. I feel like you think you want something, and life is showing you in your face what's really on the way. Yeah. And I'm also very big on not like omens per se or whatever, but when I see a sign, I'm very like iffy, because, and I don't know, maybe it's just my life, I guess, but I just feel like when I see something, or maybe something odd will happen, it could be something very even small, just like the burnt toast theory.
Yeah.
Something happens that day that may have been very insignificant and small, but had that little piece not happened that day, it wouldn't have led me on the path to get to this point today. And it's very, it's weird. I try not to, because, you'll be driving somewhere, maybe, you want to rush to get somewhere that day or whatever, but maybe when I'm stuck in traffic, sometimes I'll just sit there and think to myself, like, it sucks I'm in here, but whenever I'm stuck in this traffic, it's avoiding me from something that's not supposed to be happening to me right now.
Exactly.
And you got to really just be, you just got to be open, I feel like, to the universe, and you can't just block everything out. Because I do know a lot of people who live very closed in and not willing to take the chances, and, and don't get me wrong, I have a little fear sometimes every now and again, but I feel like if I'm not excited or worried about it, then it's not pushing me to want to go harder than I already am.
I will say this, and like you said, it stinks, and maybe you get a little bit nervous, and you're like, I'm really putting myself out here. And you know what? You may fall on your face. I know there's been times where I did stand-up where I went up and did 10 minutes and didn't get a single laugh, and that sucked. Mm-hmm. But there's been moments like the one that I just talked about where it's like, hey, your favorite UD player is asking to take a picture with you. And you'll hit lows, and not everything's a home run, but when you do hit a home run, you're like, wow, this really feels good. So,
but it also, to me, I feel like to have the courage to even just go out and do anything, it's already, you're already winning in life if you're willing to go out there and do whatever. Because I've been several open mics where I'll see somebody, maybe the crowd's not that big that night, or there's barely even anybody in the crowd. Yeah. And I'll still see people go out there, sing their hearts out, and put their full effort in. And that takes courage. It's hard to it's hard to be vulnerable in front of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, everybody has, like, their perception, and then you have your perception of what people think about you, and, you know, they'll start clashing, and that's why I feel like if you got to find the balance of, all right, I'm scared, but I'm going to go do this still, because either way, the day is going to pass and end tomorrow.
Yep.
And you can either sit there and let it just keep passing you, or you can go do something about it and work your way back up.
Now, I know you've seen plenty of artists. You're huge in this. To me, you're very big in this Dayton scene.
Thank you.
If you had to put like a maybe not a list together, but of people that you enjoy listening to, let's say you're on the car ride to do this podcast, you got 5 people to put on a playlist. It can be any music, Dayton, not Dayton. Who's 5 people you want to queue up on a ride down the street?
Well, obviously Blanche Robinson, number 1.
Yeah.
He's actually a very incredibly talented artist, and the work that'll be coming out over this next couple months, video-wise, music-wise, picture-wise,
yeah,
it's about to be definitely an interesting step forward for everybody, and it's definitely going to put a lot of people on notice, I feel like. Not to say that we're not undervalued or, you know, being looked down on, but I don't know. I guess that also comes back to my there's a quote, it's a thing Michael Jordan used to do that I feel like also kind of runs the same way I do, where he would not like be a liar, but fictitiously in his mind he's saying like he'd make like a fake newspaper during like the playoffs or whatever and be like, oh, did you see what they said about us today? You know, trying to say that they're you know, they doubt you. And, you know, to me, when somebody does doubt me, or even if I don't get the reaction I was looking for from them, I put that right there.
Yeah.
And I'm learning to build up, and that motivates me to want to go even harder than I already am.
Yeah.
And just keep that mind frame. As for the others, I'd say Joey Badass. His music to me he's honestly maybe one of the best rappers out. I know they talk about Kendrick Lamar and Drake and J. Cole as the top, but
boys.
And they are all super incredibly talented, but I just feel like when Joey Badass gets on a track, he is just ripping it up the entire time, start to finish, and then you're just sitting there like,
yeah.
A newer artist that I'm really liking is Destro Lonely.
Ooh, okay, I've never heard of.
He's more popular. He's definitely not from like the local scene, but he's just got like a nice blend of like a Trippie Redd, Lil Uzi Vert kind of like style,
nice.
And just it's very like pleasant music. Well, lately, I know people are gonna laugh, but I've been listening to some Eminem lately as well.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I just think his older music is, for the time it came out and what it did.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people right now can't appreciate the greatness that was occurring before all this. Because I'll even say now, I'm not necessarily interested in the later Eminem albums.
Yeah.
You know, not like, you know, I'm trying to clown him or anything, but his older stuff is just so, it's literally poetic. Like, I know Kendrick Lamar won a Pulitzer Prize, but he easily could have won one as well. It's just because his lyrics are so, you know.
There's very hard. I don't know if harsh is the right word, but when he's rapping about, you know, beating people up and
he definitely. But that's also, I feel like what makes him so special is he is like he didn't care what anybody thought.
Yeah. He
just went out and did it and made a bunch of money. And, you know,
hey, you can't knock that, dude.
Yeah.
And the thing is that a lot of to me, the real MCs, they can respect Eminem for what he is, and like you said, he sticks out like a sore thumb. And to be a white guy in a music genre that's predominantly African American, it's like, and to be just really revered by the
because his some of the way he structures the words and stuff, it's just not normal.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, let me think. 2 more. Honestly, lately I've been listening to a lot of Lupe Fiasco.
Yo.
Yeah, his music for me, and what's funny is I'll turn something on every now and again now, and some people are like, is this who I think it is? And I'm sitting there like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And for me, his music is like, even from like when he was younger putting out stuff to even like his last thing that he just put out.
Yeah.
It's just elegant. Like, he really has just found like his own like flow, and it's like a paintbrush just on the track. And that also to me is when I try to explain to people, like they're like, oh well, what do you think of when you're like trying to make these videos?
Yeah.
To me, the difference between a song and a piece of art is like the song, you listen to it and it's cool, you're bobbing your head to the beat, you hear a couple words, but real art in music form is when I'm listening to it and I can close my eyes and all of a sudden I'm in a completely different place. I'm experiencing what's going through here. It's more of like like you see a circle, it's flat, but then the other thing is a 4D, like it's an experience, and to me that's like the true achievement of art and music, is when you just turn something on and you're gone. You're not sitting in your couch, you're not at home wishing the air was on, like you're really in there just in a new space. And to me that's how I can also help like visualize the process of the video. Now granted, maybe my imagination is obviously a little better than what maybe I can do with my hands currently, but I promise you it will not be long until I'm able to get it from here to there.
Dude, that's beautiful, dude. Like you said, I never thought about it like that, where like you said, you can turn on the song and then it's like you can almost just take it and then put it into from here to here, and that's beautiful. And like you said, we were just thinking back to the beginning of the podcast where it's like there are certain videos. I mean, I remember growing up, maybe a little bit older than you are, man, but one of my favorite shows growing up was TRL, and I always just loved seeing like, okay, who has the best video? Who has the best video? And it's like, then you see a video that's somewhat maybe cutting edge. It's like, oh, how do you do that? And the more that I grow up, you just tend to be around people who are creative, and you're like, oh, that's how they did that. They used this camera and then cut it and did that. That's awesome. So, but 2 more questions, and then we'll go ahead and bounce out of here.
I gotcha.
When you go, let's say you're heading to the studio, it's going to be a late night. You're allowed to get 2 snacks and 1 drink. What 2 drinks and 1 snack are you going to be getting?
Well, I'm definitely going to say Sprite for the drink, because they're going to pay us a ton of money one day.
Yeah.
When they look back at this podcast, somehow they're going to be sitting there thinking like, wow, how did this guy know that we were going to be forking over the cash to him? Snack-wise, I'd probably get some pistachios.
Nice.
I try these days. I try to eat a little bit healthier.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe not necessarily I wasn't taking care of my body, but to me, I just, if you're not feeling well, you can't do anything well, and you got to really try to like just find the balance. Obviously, I probably get some Reese Cups as the other one.
Hey, that's classic, dude. Now with the pistachios, do you like the ones that are? Because I've had some before that are like a Tabasco or a wasabi, or do you like more of like a salty pistachio?
I typically prefer the salt, maybe the cracked pepper one.
Yeah.
I just feel like sometimes with like those flavors, they just dump like an insane amount on there, and I'm sitting there like, oh god, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Like, yeah, seriously.
So much seasoning. So, but okay, so we're getting pistachios, we're getting Reese Cups. Sprite. Have you tried the new Sprite with the tea in it?
I have not. I'm late to the game.
They're not bad.
I just had the one with the cherry, like it's like that white one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey Sprite, don't worry, I'll go get it. I promise.
Oh yeah. So hey Sprite, if you guys want to send us a couple cases, we'd love it. I like Sprite too. Sprite and tea. We'll gladly.
I'll rock any Sprite merchandise, please.
Like maybe a Sprite hat and whatever. Maybe a Sprite house if you want to build it for us. But another thing I wanted to ask about, one thing we always do here to sort of wrap up the podcast is here at the Leston Ave Project, we're huge fans of Taco Bell. We always like to get an intake. Everybody likes a little bit of different, you slide through, whether it be maybe on a lunch break or maybe late night after the studio. You're going through the Taco Bell drive-through, and he says, hi, what can I get you today? What does Austin get?
Well, first, you got to use the Taco Bell app. That's just starting it off. If you don't know about it, get on it.
Okay, Taco Bell app, okay.
I'm telling you, it'll change the game completely. I'd get 2 steak chalupas.
Okay. Ooh.
A
Nice.
Baja Blast. And then if they still had them, those garlic fries that they've recently just came out with the steak on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe a Cinnabon if it's been a long night. We'll see.
No, I was telling Gary, I was like, man, I think that if you go through Taco Bell and don't get a Baja Blast,
Why'd you even go?
why'd you even go?
Yeah.
Why'd you even go, dude? It's like Baja Blast is like, that's the reason why you go to Taco Bell.
That's their that's literally the staple of Taco Bell. If they lost the Baja Blast, they'd
Oh
be
my
in trouble.
gosh, dude! Like, you want to know a way to get to close down and bankrupt Taco Bell is have them close at like 10 p.m. and get rid of Baja Blast. And next thing you know, it's like, oh my gosh, they're $300 billion in debt, dude.
Yeah,
What the heck?
They'll be Red Lobster before you know it.
Oh, shot fired. Bah, 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 bah. But yeah, man. So I know you got some work coming up. What do you got coming up that you want to tell the people about? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a step back. I'm gonna let you just get on the mic. Let me know what you're doing, where people can find you. I know we need an intern, so if you're listening, interns, if you're looking to get into music, anything like we just talked about, listen to what this guy has to say. I'll let you just plug yourself the last 90 seconds or so.
For sure. I'll say you can find me at Finn Crane on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Definitely, my email's open. It's on all my social media. So if you do see this and there's something you're looking to do, just message me. We can work something out. As for what's next for me, I believe the next video I'll be putting out is called Rollin'.
Yeah.
With Blanche Robinson. Other than that, though, I feel like what's to come next in this next couple months in this chapter of my life is it's going to be some of my best work. And I just feel like life has lately been building me up to this moment where, you know, maybe necessarily some sacrifices came in my life personally.
Yeah.
But what's already been coming back to me has been exponential. And it just lets me know that whatever is next, regardless of if it is music and videos or just life generally, it's going to happen. And while I may not see it at the moment,
Yeah.
it is all leading to a larger plan in the end. And I'm just excited. I hope that everybody that I'm really good friends with in their careers, we all just start leveling up.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, you know, if you're not in the circle with good people, you're going to stay right where you're at. You know, you need people who are going to want to push you every day. Even if you don't want to get up and go do it that day, you know, you still got to have somebody in your corner like, hey, come on, man. Like, if you don't do this, nobody's going to do it for you.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe that's necessarily the lesson life has been trying to teach me lately is like, yeah, you've had it good, but like, it's time to keep going.
Yeah.
Because this
it can be better.
and it isn't just over yet, you know. So I think just frankly in this next couple months, I'm going to just put out the videos that I can and really just try to put my vision to life. And, you know, I just maybe not even necessarily prove anybody wrong, not like have any doubters or haters. You know, I do feel like people are mostly generally supportive of me.
Yeah.
But I definitely, again, where I come back to is like right here, anything that I feel like is, oh, you can't do it or, oh, it may not happen. I just want you to know it is going to happen. Yeah, I'm not one of those people that'll give up easy. I've been through so much in my life to where who knows how I even got here.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got here, but I'll tell you this. I know it will not be the end of it, and I will be going somewhere else. And I just hope that the people who do love me and appreciate me and, you know, value my time just know that I do care for them, love them as well, and I am doing it for them, you know. At the end of the day, I do talk about me a lot, but it's like none of this would even matter if I couldn't share it with the people I love.
Yeah.
And give back to, like, cause that's the hard work. Because right now, I'm making sacrifices and, you know, I'm missing out on things and maybe even neglecting things in my life that I should have been more worried about. But it's just it comes at a cost. And I just want them to know that, like, when this is done and we have made it, like, those are the only people I'm going to want to spend that time with and give them the love they deserve and everything they've given me back twice.
That's beautiful, man. That's freaking beautiful.
Thank you.
And, hey, Austin's not nowhere near done. But unfortunately, our time is coming to a close here. Hold on, do that one more time. Yeah. But we appreciate you guys tuning in. And one thing I also want to shout out that we didn't bring up, and I don't know why I didn't bring it up. So the intro that you guys are seeing on the podcast was done by Austin. We ended up getting to hang out and stuff like that, and I just want to thank you for doing that for me, man.
Yeah, I appreciate
and
that.
it's a beautiful intro. It's probably the nicest intro I've ever had for anything.
Thank you.
And there's just a proof watching this episode. You're going to be watching this episode, guys, and that's just proof that you can be as talented as Austin and as humble as Austin. But I appreciate that, and we appreciate you coming in and hanging out and plugging yourself, and I feel motivated.
I thank you.
Yeah.
I want to say one thing. This man, my kid right here, is definitely on his way to something special too. I don't care what anybody says. Not that anybody is saying anything, but this, from where you started, Mike, to where you're at right now, is insane. Not in a bad way.
Yeah.
But just the way you've been able to come with the camera work, and you've really come near. Like, honestly, I can say this. I don't know anybody else that's doing pictures like you right now, and it is honestly very special what you're doing, and even like the stories you told me about you getting a chance to meet Pat McAfee. That only lets me know that life is getting ready for you too.
Yeah.
And that's why I said earlier, good people in the circle, everybody's going to end up there at the end.
Thank you, man.
Hey. And also, my kid gave me a very powerful quote the other day.
Yeah.
He said, when you're feeling buried, it's really you just being planted, growing for your new self. And that really stuck with me because, life is heavy sometimes, but to think of it in a better perspective of where I'm not actually down, I'm just getting ready for the next act, was a very powerful statement to me that I felt really resonated and just giving me some more motivation moving forward.
Let's freaking go, dude. Hey.
You don't get it.
Love this. All right, y'all. Well, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. And you guys have a good night. There's the Leston Avenue Project. You guys have a great day.